Today's session will look at buyback of shares. Okay, what is buyback of shares? Buying back of shares of a company by the company itself. From its shareholders, a company will buy back the shares. Okay. The term buyback is very much common in India, but elsewhere it is called as stock repurchase. All over the world it's called as stock repurchase, both mean the same thing. Till 1999 or so, this buyback was not permitted. It was not possible for a company to buy back its own shares because there was a section in Companies Act, I think section 77, which prohibited the companies from buying back their own shares. But after the amendment to that, rules have been framed related to this. Amendments have been made in the Companies Act, and there are rules which have been framed by SEBI related to the buying back of shares. This is what is the definition, if you can call it definition. Repurchase of outstanding shares by a company in order to reduce the number of shares in the market. Companies will buy back shares either to increase the value of shares still available or to eliminate any threats by shareholders who may be looking for a controlling stake. So, buyback of shares is often used as a measure which can thwart or which can stop somebody from taking over a company. More than that, buyback of shares in India at least has been used by companies in order to increase the value of the shares. Okay. Now, why value of the shares increases? It's because buyback of shares happens at a premium to the prevailing market price. Let's say that a company's market price is 200, then the shareholders will not be interested in giving their shares back to the company at that price. So they will be willing to give the shares back to the company if the price is more than what is prevailing in the market price. So therefore, if a company X is there, let's say that it is Wipro. Last year, Wipro came out with a buyback of shares. The buyback was done at 325 rupees. Okay. So therefore, this 325 rupees, Wipro will be offering the investors an option to give their shares back to the company. Now, when will the investors give? If they find that the market price of the share is 280, and therefore, if I were to sell my shares in the stock exchange, I will get 280. But if I were to give back to the company, I will get 325. So therefore, because the shares are given at a premium, is taken back by the company at a premium, people may be willing to participate in the buyback of shares. Why in the first place a company is interested in doing this buyback exercise? Many a time what happens is a company's share price is affected by external conditions. Let's say that a COVID kind of a situation, or a recession, or industry affected by bad news, or global some problem. Our company doesn't have problem, but outside external world is having some problem. In which case, what happens is our company's share prices also will go down. So when company looks at its own shares, value of the shares, it feels I am worth much more than what is the prevailing price. Let's say that you are Infosys and you find the shares of your company at 500 rupees, whereas your own assessment tells you that company's shares are far more valuable. In which case, what you do, you want to give an exit option for the investors to sell their shares back to the company and get out. And also to convey to the world that shares of the company are valued much more than 500. So prevailing price is 500. I will come out with a buyback offer at 750. What is the indication to the market? That Infosys management thinks that the company shares are worth 750, not 500. So that impression you want to convey to the world at large. And therefore, to increase the value of the shares, what you do? You buy back shares. When you buy back shares, what happens? If you have seen yesterday's session, on the previous session, EPS is equal to earnings divided by number of shares. Okay. Now what happens in a buyback of shares? In buyback of shares, the number of shares decreases because you are buying back shares. So when you buy back share, the number of outstanding shares of the company decreases. When number of shares outstanding decreases, what happens to the EPS? EPS increases. Then we have seen generally our formula for marketing price, the market price of a share is EPS into PE ratio. So therefore, when PE ratio increases, when EPS increases, PE ratio remaining the same, what happens to the market price? Market price increases. So if you buy back shares, number of shares reduces. When number of shares reduces, EPS of the company, earnings per share of the company increases, because number of shares are less, earnings per share increases. When earnings per share increases, given the same PE ratio, price earnings ratio, the market price of the share also increases. So therefore, what happens when you buy back of shares? When you buy back shares, value of the shares increases. Okay. So this is the logic behind buyback of shares. Okay. This is how market price of the share increases. Why the company does? One of the major reasons is what we need to understand. That in case of markets, the markets are affected by fundamentals of the company, fundamentals of the industry, fundamentals of the economy at large, or global environment. And most of these are not at the control of the company. And therefore it may so happen that a very well-run company, its share may come down drastically because of external reasons. In which case what happens? In which case company's share, it may be worth 800, but it may fall to 450, 500 and so on. In which case, if the company has free reserves, if it has free cash available with it, what it does, it purchases a certain proportion of shares from the market, from the investors. And that process is known as buyback of shares. So maximum you can repurchase is 25%. Okay, so usually people purchase buyback shares, repurchase or buyback shares of a few percentage, 2%, 3% of the outstanding shares. Now that's what we have done, buyback of shares, meaning advantages and all that. You will see the next. Now this buyback was a theoretical concept in India because it was not permitted in India because of this act called Section 77 of the Companies Act. It was amended in the year 1999. Okay. And because of that, buyback became possible, and therefore companies can buy back their own shares. And buyback means company is purchasing its own shares, and therefore it is also known as stock repurchase in the other part of the world. So when does a company buy back its own shares? It may have large amount of free reserves with it, okay, free cash reserves, resources available with it, and it may not have the correct kind of opportunities in the outside market. Then also a company may resort to buyback of shares. Okay, so I said one of the reason is it finds that the market value of the company's shares are low, and therefore it wants to indicate to the investors that price should have been higher. It undertakes buyback. The other is, I am a company, I have lot of profits available, reserves with me, I can give dividend. The other option is buyback of shares. So therefore buyback of option, buyback of shares is the other option for a company to distribute its profits as such. Okay. So here it is mentioned, a company having substantial cash resources may like to buy its own share from the market when the prevailing market price of its share is much lower than its book value or what the company perceives it to be true value. Company may do its own analysis, look at its cash flows over a period of time and find that today's price is very, very low. To indicate that the today's market price is much lower than its value, company may undertake buyback. Okay. So therefore, these are the reasons why buyback is done. What are the advantages? If a company has large amount of reserves, okay, and it doesn't have free reserves and it doesn't have enough profitable opportunities outside, it may use its reserves to buy back its own shares. Is also helpful for the company to reduce its share capital, which is bloated unnecessarily for the time being. If you have large amount of equity, then servicing the equity becomes a problem over time, and therefore servicing means paying dividend over huge amount of equity, and therefore what you may do something like buyback of shares to reduce the company's equity base. Buyback of shares results in lower capital base, enhances post buyback earnings per share, and appreciates the price earning ratio. Here I have mentioned the EPS of the company increases because of buyback, because earnings per share is earnings per share. Number of shares reduces, so what happens? EPS increases. When EPS increases, given the same PE, the market price of the share increases. What will be the case when EPS also increases, PE also increases? Market price will increase substantially. Is that clear? So in this we have two. One is EPS. Because of buyback, earnings per share may increase. Now because the company is undertaking buyback and investors get a lot of confidence about the company, PE also may increase, price earning ratio. So then what happens? Market price per share increase. That is what is being discussed here. Disadvantages. The buyback imply undervaluation of company stock. The company flows back some of the outstanding shares, thereby creating shortage of shares in the market. So when it buys back the shares, the number of shares traded in the market reduces. To that extent, the company's trading may be affected. This is a theoretical kind of disadvantage. Companies go for announcing buyback when they can't find anything better to do with their cash. Okay, so if you find that the company's price is the company's shares are worth 400 rupees, and you find the price prevailing in the market is 200, then you will announce a buyback. Okay, when you announce a buyback and say I am going to buy the shares at 400, you can view it from two angles. The investor may feel I have no option. 200 the prevailing market price, company is offering 400, I will give it back to the company. The other way is somebody may think, now why is company giving 400 rupees when the price is 200? Maybe company is not having better prospects for it. Okay, and therefore whatever cash is there, they are distributing. That's also one way of looking at it. This is also not a very valid reason or a substantial disadvantage of buyback of shares. Well-timed buyback of shares is a clever way of managers to invest cheaply in a company they know rather than expensively in a company they don't know. So therefore, what happens is many companies might buy back their own shares of subsidiaries or their own shares because they know the company and therefore they have more confidence in that. The other thing I wish to mention is that buyback of shares is very, very common in US. So there are a large number of people who don't give dividend, but they undertake buyback of shares every now and then, so that investors have a exit option. If they are invested in the shares, when company comes out with an attractive buyback of shares, they give the shares back to the company, and therefore it should be mentioned in advantages that a buyback of shares gives an excellent exit opportunity for small investors, because market is very, very low, and therefore if they were to sell it, they'll get very, very less rate. So if they were to sell it to the company when the company has come out with a buyback option, then they will get a good return. Okay. So what all reserves can you use to pay the money when you buy back the shares? You will get back your shares. You have to pay money for the investors. So you can use free reserves, security premium account, or any proceeds of any shares which you have sold and realized some cash. All this could be used to pay the money. So I am saying buyback of shares means what? Who is buying? Company is buying. What? Its own shares. From whom? From the existing shareholders. Okay. So existing shareholders are giving back the shares to the company, the company is paying back the money. Okay. So company says I will buy back 2% of the shares. So therefore, based on how much shares you are owning, the company fixes how many shares you can sell back to the company. Okay. So for example, let's say I am a Wipro investor. I have got 300 shares. Okay. For 300, if you own 300 shares, how many shares you can submit to the company or participate in the buyback of shares? That is fixed by the company. Price is 325. How many shares? Based on how much you own. A person who owns 100 shares will can only offer maybe 15 shares. 300 shares if you own, you may offer 45 shares, so and so forth. So therefore, the entitlement of buyback shares is based on a proportionate basis. Okay. Now you can undertake buyback of shares, but there are certain limitations or conditions which the law imposes on that. One is buyback must be authorized by the Articles of Association with the company. I think there are two documents that you talk about in the affairs of a company. One is the articles look at company's own internal affairs, and memorandum of association tells how an organization should associate with other businesses and so on. It's external affairs. So therefore, in your articles of association, buyback should be mentioned. It is permitted like that, or we may undertake buyback. It should be mentioned over there. And you need to pass a special resolution. Okay, there are two types of resolutions you pass as per law. One is ordinary resolution, the other is special resolution. Whenever there is an important affair, important action, corporate event, then you need to pass special resolution. For normal events, ordinary resolutions are enough. And how much you can buy back is fixed by the law. So you can't buy back 50% of the outstanding shares and so on. You can buy back only what is permitted by the SEBI Act related to the buyback of shares. And after the buyback, the debt equity ratio should not fall below 2:1. Okay. So your equity is going to be reduced when you buy back shares. It should not become too low, and therefore there is a restriction related to debt equity ratio. And all that is buyback of shares are regulated by SEBI's buyback rules and regulations. Buyback regulations announced by SEBI govern all the processes related to you selling your shares to the company or company undertaking the buyback of shares. Once you announce the buyback and get permission from the SEBI, then you need to do that within a year. Okay? You can't announce a policy and keep it hanging for years together. So once you announce a policy, it must be undertook within a time specific limit, 1 year. Okay, so you shouldn't declare yourselves insolvent immediately after buyback or as a consequence of that. Okay. And you can't do something like this year. Let's say that I got 10 lakh shares issued. Now I do buyback. Okay, then get back 2 lakhs. Okay. Now what is my equity? 8 lakh shares. And after some time, I will come back and issue some more shares. Okay. So it's like taking back and giving as a process. Okay. So therefore, restriction on further issue of same kind of shares. So that means that once you undertake buyback, you can't come out with the public issue immediately thereafter. Exactly. So therefore, these are some of the conditions which are there for the issue of buyback of shares. These are the accounting entries you pass from the free reserves. Okay, so shareholders account is taken out. It is reduced. Okay, so from where you can take all that is mentioned in your bank account. Now there is something concept called as escrow. I will mention it little while later. Okay, so what happens when you do buyback? There is an increase in promoters holding. If the promoter doesn't participate in buyback, then what happens? Promoter's holding increases. Earnings per share increases. And the share price is maintained, price of the share is supported. And it can help you in coming out with a strong defense against takeover. So your company is slightly protected by buyback of shares. to pay surplus cash not required by the business. So you are a company, you're doing very well, but you don't have much expansion kind of opportunities, growth opportunities. So whatever surplus cash you have, you may use it for buying back your own shares as such. Let me repeat. Whenever buyback is undertaken, promoters holding increases. Okay, let us take that example. Okay, let's say that a company has 100 shares. Okay, the promoter has 50 shares, and company comes out with a buyback of shares of 20 shares. It comes out with a buyback offer. Earlier shares were 100, 20 shares are bought back. Okay, so now how many shares are there? 80 shares are there. What was your holding earlier? 50 shares out of 100. Now you have got 50 shares out of 80. Your promoter's holding increases. What was your share earlier? Earlier it was 50 out of 100. Now it is 50 out of 80. So therefore your holding percentage increases. Earnings per share increases. The company share price is maintained. It will not go further down. And it will help you in it will help you protect yourself from any unwanted acquisition attempts by other people, and it helps you use the cash which is not used by. Now this is what some of the conditions, that is what mentioned there. Section 77, buyback should be permitted by your articles of association. You need to pass a special resolution. A special resolution means 75% of the people voting should say that yes, we want to go ahead with it. Okay, so therefore that is what is special resolution. Special resolution requires a more stringent acceptance of the proposal, and then you can the buyback can be made by a board resolution if the quantity of buyback is less than 10% of the paid up and reserves. If you are buying to an amount equal to or less than 10%, board resolution is good enough. If you want 25%, up to 25% buyback, then you require the approval of the shareholders. Okay. The buyback limit on buyback by passing special resolution. The buyback shall not exceed 25% of the aggregate of paid up capital. What was that? Board resolution 10%. You want 25%, it has to be approved by the AGM, by the shareholders body. And the buyback once announced should be completed by 12 months. That's what I mentioned. And after the buyback, your equity should not become too low, and therefore your debt equity very high. Okay, so therefore whatever is the amount that you are buying back, let the equity shares, equity capital reduce, but let it not make the debt equity very high. That is the other rule. Your debt equity should not increase more than 2:1. Okay. And declaration of solvency we have discussed, and this is important. Now you can buy back shares which are fully paid up. Okay. What's a fully paid up share? Let's say that company's face value is 10 rupees, and company has issued the shares on what we say partly paid basis. So that means that, like for example, now Reliance has come out with rights issue. So whatever is the price of rights per share, the 1,200 whatever. Now that 1,200 is not going to be paid by the investor immediately. He will pay partly, and after some time the company will call for additional money, and after some time the whole amount will be paid up. So therefore, here what we are talking is, whenever you are buying back shares, you are buying back fully paid up shares, not partly paid up shares. That's very critical. Fully paid up shares only can be bought by you. Okay, and this is what is fairly. So what you need to do is, from the free reserves, you need to create something called as capital redemption reserve, and from the capital redemption reserve, you undertake the buyback of shares. It's just a mere transfer from one type of research to the other. The other is you need to announce buyback of shares. That I am Wipro. I am coming out with a buyback of shares. If you are a shareholder, be aware that I am undertaking. And what the company does, company finds out on a given day who are all the shareholders, how much shares they hold. Let's say I am a shareholder of Wipro and I am holding 300 shares. The company from the depositories gets the information and says if you hold 300 shares, you can participate in buyback of shares. You can submit maximum of so many shares. That kind of a letter comes to the investors. Then what we do, we put those many shares into our Demat account, and on a given day our account will be debited, and after some days we will get back the money. Okay, so our account will be debited, taken from my account. I have 300 and they say that I am taking back 30 shares. I will keep it in the Demat account of 300. So whatever is I am entitled to, that much is debited and given back to the company. What the company does is it extinguishes. Okay, so it literally says that yes, these many shares are destroyed. Okay, that is called extinguishing. Okay. Now one more. See, once you say that the company says my equity is 1,000 crores and I am undertaking buyback to the extent of 200 crores. Out of 1,000, 200 I am buying back, or 100 I am buying back. So that whatever is the amount you intend to buy back, that much amount you need to put in an escrow account. Okay. Now what is an escrow account? An escrow account is where you will keep the money, but you can't take it out till the process is over. Okay, that is an escrow account. Okay. Now there are two ways in which companies buy back shares. One is what I mentioned, where you are an investor and the company says to all the investors, whoever are there, this many shares you hold, this much shares. If you are interested, I will buy back at this rate. Okay, that is called as tender offer. It's called as tender offer because you are tendering shares. You, the investor or the shareholder, you are tendering your shares. How many? What is permitted by company? At what price? At a price fixed by the company. Okay. So Wipro says, I am taking 30 shares out of 300, so therefore I will tender my 30 shares to Wipro. At what price? 325 fixed by Wipro. Okay. So once I do this submission of 30 crores, by a certain date, my account will be credited with 30 into 325 rupees. That much will be credited. That 30 into 325 is my money. Like that, so many investors will be having shares and all of them will submit, let's say. So all of them need to be paid certain amount. So therefore Wipro has to pay a huge amount of money. How much? They have said 200 crores. So you say that I am purchasing shares worth 200 crores of my company, then that 200 crore you put it in escrow account. There is another way which is called as open market purchase. So what happens in this is, company says, look, there is a problem with the shares price as of moment. Therefore, my company is now, we are going to purchase our own shares at a price not more than 900 or something. So whenever the price is less than 900, if company wishes, it will purchase. It will say, I will purchase 5% of the company's shares. It will pass a resolution. So therefore, in that case, what happens? You don't get, as an investor, an opportunity to give your shares and get money. Okay. So what the company does is, company purchases 5% of its own shares directly from the marketplace. Okay. That is called as open market buyback. Now, what we normally are happy with this, wherein company gives us an opportunity as existing shareholders of the company to give back our shares and get money, and that is what is called as tender route. So two routes. So therefore, what is buyback? Buying back of shares by a company of its own shares. Since when are we having this? Since last 20 years or so. Why was it not there earlier? It was because it was not permitted by Section 77 of the Companies Act. Section 77 of the Companies Act was amended, SEBI rules came in, and therefore today we have buyback. Okay. What kind of companies have buyback? Companies have buyback when they have huge cash available with them with no profitable opportunities. Second, when they find that the price is very low and they want to give the impression to the world that my price should have been higher. The other is they may do so when they find that another competitor wants to take over the company. So therefore it can also be competing efforts. And buyback is a significant corporate event, and therefore because it's a significant corporate event, you need to pass resolutions to buy back your own shares through a special resolution rather than an ordinary resolution. It's become very popular these days, and a typical year should have about 30-40 companies in India buying back the shares. And you want to find out how many companies have come out with buyback of shares in 2019. You can easily find out through moneycontrol.com. So you just type buyback of shares 2019, it will take you to moneycontrol.com, and you key in any year you want to see, you can see it there, 2019, 2020 order. You can also find it through NSE's website. So there are a number of websites available. Through that you can find out what have been the recent examples of buyback of shares. So in the next class, we will consolidate bonus shares, stock splits, and buyback of shares, and find out how they are different and why they are used. And that leaves us with one more session which we need to do on MM theory. So in the past sessions we have done Waters model, Gordon's model, and then we have done buyback of shares. So what we need to do next is we need to do MM theory, which is pending. The other is what are different dividend policies, like stability of dividend, what kind of stability of dividend policies we have, we'll see in the next session.